Hello, everyone, and welcome to SocioTech podcast. I am Kushal. This is episode number 9, and today I'm joined by the winner of this year's CODS-COMAD conference, who is also a senior and a member of LNM IIT family, Mr. Abhay Kumar Gupta. It's a pleasure to have you here, sir.
Hello, everyone.
So firstly, heartfelt congratulations on your win. So congratulations, sir. But
Thank you.
I
Thanks.
would initially my curiosity asked me that how did you felt when you won the competition?
Yeah, this was a really great experience. It, before this CODS-COMAD data challenge also, I participated in several competitions, went till the finals and all, but came back. So when I got the news that I am the first, and it was like we had to wait even after completing the competition, we had to wait for a while to get the news of our winning. So
Oh,
after so when we got this news, so it was like wow, something we did it finally, we achieved it.
hmm.
We were waiting for it for 2 to 3 months long.
Oh,
That
so like,
complete journey of the competition.
oh, so okay, so they announced result after 2 months.
No. Like 2 months was the journey of the competition.
Oh, okay.
Uh, that complete journey. In that we were like on the first position on the public scores. Those are like they have those evaluation metrics which tell us about our ranks within the competition. And then after the competition ends, they test it on the complete data and kind of thing, and then they provide the final rank. So the rank could change even after ending of the competition due to the new data. So it was
Oh,
still suspense after
okay,
ending of the competition.
that's an interesting evaluation method. So you mentioned that you have participated in many other conferences, competitions. So like before going
Yeah.
to this conference, did you had it in your mind that okay, like we have to win this, like we have to win this, or was it pure
It was like
coincidental and
not as such coincidental, but it was like as the this competition was mainly based on data and machine learning, in which is the thing which I've been working from a long time. So it was like we can do something. I and my teammate Mayank Deshwal. So we
yeah,
both were
Mayank.
like quite interested in these domains from a long time. We were working for in one or the other projects. So it was like, yeah, this is something we can do, and we should try to give our best for it. And
Ah,
then lucks and all things combined
yeah.
together, and we just won.
Yeah, we are throwing the words like before we get into the whole detail of the experience. I would ask you to could you tell us about the Codes Command conference, because I guess many of our viewers, especially people who are not into the areas of deep learning and natural language processing, might not be aware of the Codes Command conference. So could you please tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah. So CODS-COMAD, like this is the conference in which like the main topic is like data science and management of data. All the discussions around data, different AI ML techniques, databases and all, combining them with data science techniques and all. So this conference, so this year they came back with this year it was held in Triple IT Bangalore. So they came back with the data challenge, which was being organized earlier, but due to COVID times, it was just lost out of way. So they relaunched it. So it was so the mainly we participated in that data challenge. Like
Okay, so you said that you participate. I'm just a bit confused. So generally, when we are talking about conferences, I guess there are also paper conferences, right? In which you submit a paper, it
yeah.
gets reviewed. So was it that, or do you had a project of like a real working project, or was it a paper?
Okay, so yeah, so like the Codes Format conference is like proper conference having full publications of paper.
Oh yeah.
Along with those different tracks of paper, it was
Hmm.
also having a data challenge track in which.
Okay. So
So
you
on
participated in
that, it
that.
was like a kind of competition organized. Yeah, so a competition was organized. The data challenge, they call it.
Okay, and you participated in that data challenge. Okay.
Yeah,
That's great. Also, since you participated and you were talking about that, that this data challenge were really into the fields of machine learning and deep learning. So, could you tell us about what the actual problem was? Like, what was the
yeah.
problem statement and how basically how did you approach and everything?
Okay, so like the problem statement, the main task which we had to do was like actually like we were provided with the transcripts of the educational videos. Like any YouTube videos which like we just used to learn anything. Those videos were provided.
Hmm.
Mainly they were collected by extra mark in K-12, so they were of the level of up to class 12th. So
Oh,
those
okay.
videos, the transcript of those videos were provided. It
Hmm.
was a labeled data set, already labeled by Triple IT Delhi, the work they
Okay,
have
okay.
done. So they as they provided the data set in which we were having like a pair of videos,
Hmm.
like pair of transcripts of the videos are having several more details like topic of the video and other subject and few extracted features that they have already done it.
Hmm.
So along with that, so our task was to predict whether a video A is prerequisite of video B
Okay, so
out of the
before
pair of
learning,
two videos.
okay, before learning either the two, which one should be, preferred
Yeah.
first?
So yes, so like
Okay,
this
okay.
was to you kind of curate a course using those using the model kind of is the
Hmm.
end goal was is kind of that only. So what we want to is like giving the two videos if we are able to tell like which one we should learn earlier. So
Hmm.
like we can kind of create a complete pattern of courses out of all the available online YouTube videos, which is kind of a major problem in this current time.
Sector.
We have a lot of content available on online platform to study, but we don't know
Hmm.
where to start with and how to
Yeah.
proceed.
Yes, yes. Like we have a lot of content, but we do not know the stream that we should follow. That okay, this one before this one, so that we can completely grasp
Yeah,
that how it started and how it will proceed further. Yeah, yeah, makes sense. So, you said about the data set. I'm quite curious about that. Is it like was it like a really big data set or a big data as they call it, or was it a reasonable sized
not
data set?
as reasonable size data only.
Ah, okay.
Around it was having 2,700 something examples. So like 1,000 videos were taken for particular process. So 1,000 videos and their transcripts were used. And now
Hmm.
from that 2,700 pairs were created, and it was the label data. So like to let us know like for
Hmm.
training our model. So it was having like out of those 2,700 pairs, everyone was labeled whether A is a prerequisite of
So
B
B
or
or the
not.
B. Yeah, yeah. So.
Yeah, so it was kind of by
Mhm. So I don't want to go into the intricacies of the models that you used, but can you briefly explain what were the models? Like I'm assuming since you said that you did analysis of transcripts, so it must transcripts are English language generally, and you must have
yes.
done some natural language processing tasks. And I read your LinkedIn article, and it also said that you use some deep learning methods in it. So could you please tell us a bit more about that? Like how did you incorporated those NLP and DL task in this hackathon?
Yeah. So like I would be like kind of answering it in a bit clear fashion with the complete procedure which we followed in 2 months,
Okay.
like that way only.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
would
So
be
like
best. That would
as
be best.
Yeah, so as like I mentioned, like the data set was containing several things. It was having the transcripts, along
Hmm.
with that the taxonomy kind of a video, which topic and all these things. Apart from that, they have already extracted few features
Hmm.
using those NLP techniques, which we have like content similarity scores and several other features they have calculated from themselves, and it was provided in the data.
Okay. Okay. That too was
So we
provided.
begin with yeah, that was
Okay.
provided in the data. So
Hmm.
we firstly initially just began with by applying machine learning model on that given features,
Data set.
numerical values.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, so given those numerical values, we just applied a basic machine learning model. We tested with different many of them, and at the end, where like we finalized that extra trees was working the best one out of all the possible,
Models. Yeah.
which we tried at that time.
Hmm.
Extra trees like it's like way new model for all these things. So and it was working very fine. So we utilized finalized it for that extra trees initially,
Hmm.
but then still we were like like even we have not touched till now the any part of deep learning era and anything about transcripts. The main thing which we are having it. So then we move towards the transcript part, and as like it's basic. Simply we can say like if two videos are a prerequisite of each, if one video is prerequisite of another, they would be having the higher similarity score
Yeah. Yeah.
of themselves. Like
Hmm.
exactly like because two videos either would be of the same subject or topic, so
Yeah.
they would
Yeah.
be having higher similarity score. So this
Hmm.
technique only we just utilize using the deep learning.
Hmm.
So what we did was we utilized sentence transformers.
Sentence. Okay, so
Sentence,
transformer architecture.
uh,
Okay.
yeah, transformers architecture, the like
Okay.
newest LLM kind of
Yeah.
things that we have. Yeah, so for this sentence transformers, we utilize them to find the similarity score between those two transcripts. And higher the similarity score, higher are the chances of like
They
A is
they
a
uh,
prerequisite.
they
B.
are related.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, exactly. That,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And I just want to
yeah,
ask one
I'm
question
no,
that uh,
yes, yeah,
yeah.
ask it.
Yeah, you said that you are calculating the similarity score using a transformer architecture. So you are calculating that, right? So how is it giving that? Okay, this because I guess as far as I have understood that it is giving okay these two are related, very strongly related.
Yeah,
But
strongly
how are we
related.
finding that okay this one should be coming before this one?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like actual, we don't have like it was provided in the data set. So
Mm,
after applying this complete technique
mm,
of transformer, there were several false positive coming up due to this same
Okay.
reason. That's why only we
Okay.
proceeded to our next approach,
Okay.
which we again combined to it. So
Okay.
like actually this was quite obvious because
Mm,
if two topics are we are saying two are similar, I can't define which one would come earlier,
hmm.
but I can define that using different properties given in the more properties given in the data set, like the class which are there, the
Hmm.
chapters which are there. So
Hmm.
based on that technique, like any topic of class 11th won't be prerequisite of 10th.
Yes. Yes. Ah, makes sense. Makes
Using,
sense.
yeah, so using those basic characteristics, we applied a particular algorithm. So then we moved like to just to reduce those false positives, which it was like just saying everything is even in for the both end, it was obviously saying like those are similar. So just
Hmm.
to reduce those kind of things, we just applied these algorithms based on the classes we can say, or even for the maths and science, bio, like any topic from biology won't be needing maths as usual up to class
Yes.
11 12 it was quite common.
Mm-hmm.
So as we found this using the data set, we analyzed the data set, and we found like all those things are being execute being present in the data after the analysis, those graphs and all which we made. So then we kind of created this complete algorithmic approach. Then we combined it on the top of our deep learning model. So
Okay.
now it was like then we can say like it was working this fine to having a mediocre score till it.
Okay. Okay. So you basically created an algorithm, a specified algorithm for this
Yeah.
particular data set, right? And to
Yes.
find whether as you said, a mathematic video is related to biology or in such scenarios, and then you integrated that on top of your deep learning model.
Yeah, so like if deep
That's
learning
interesting.
it's kind of I can explain a bit detail. So like if
Mm,
deep learning model is saying it is having a similarity, so I would assign the score one.
mm,
One means like A is prerequisite of B.
mm,
But now then I'm on further I'm checking separately like then we also check like whether it A is a class of class 11th or 10th, like kind of this I can give an example. So
mm.
if it is saying like it is at least it is having a possibility of having a prerequisite edge based on the class and other subject things which we are able to analyze. So then those algorithm would be also giving the score one. And
Oh,
if the both of the score, then we combine together using the and basic and operation. And if
yes.
both of the scores are one, so
Hmm.
then we are saying like yeah, it's a prerequisite. We
Okay.
combined, we kind of eliminated instead of just providing whether it is a prerequisite or not, we were working on a reverse approach. We were disqualifying kind of samples which were like we are sure this won't be a prerequisite ever. So we were kind of
Okay.
disqualifying them level by level, level by level. Basic few machine learning removed, like these are obviously not the prerequisites. Then we move towards deep learning, on which based on the similarity, sentence similarities, removed them. Obviously, the scores are zero. Then we again combined with the algorithm model. So when all
Okay.
combined together, so it was like very much selected. So all those false positive that could come
Hmm.
have been disqualified till now.
Okay. Oh, so
Yeah.
that is a very interesting approach, and it seems quite workable for the particular data set, right?
Yes, exact. So
Yeah.
That was obviously depending on the data set. That if we have the several other videos having more
Hmm.
dependencies on each other, so
Hmm.
then we need to again analyze and rebuild our model algorithm accordingly.
Hmm.
Because algorithm was like we just utilize those 2700 sentence videos data only to build that algorithm. So
Okay.
that
Oh.
was particular to this data only, so not
Huh.
just as generalized to be used everywhere. But we can obviously change it a bit for making it more vast and
Yeah, like we could,
utilizing
if
it further.
if we got some more data, then we can again make our initial models, which were finding the relations, to build on that model, and then we can put it on top of our new deep learning model. That could be one way, I think. But that is quite an interesting approach. I actually liked it. So, and in the end, you were able to, I'm assuming that you were able to get the highest accuracy score because it is a datathon.
Yeah, exactly. Like the score was the evaluations metric was F1 score instead of
F1 score.
accuracy.
Hmm. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so
That is
F1,
more, yeah.
yeah. So like initially when we did with machine learning, it was around 0.3 something only, a very less to be
Yeah,
compared what
that
we
is,
did it in the
yeah,
end. So every time we were like, oh, now we have to do bit more.
bit more.
With combining with deep learning, it was around 4 to 5, 0.425.
0.5,
So
yeah.
then we again applied the model to 6 and also like this kind of step-by-step improvement throughout the journey. So that
Yeah.
way. And that this was the public score as I earlier mentioned. So this was tested on first 50% of the test data while the competition was going on. Now, after the competition ended, the complete data set was used to evaluate in the
Okay.
private part, like as a private score, which was
Yeah.
published later. Yeah, so it was like very much, I can say, the thrilling experience. Even that waiting part was quite because even after having the great difference
Hmm.
in the public scores that we were having, like between the first and second rank, we were not sure like anything that we will win or not. Because there were several cases in which the first rankers of public scores were moving to fifth to sixth or even much below rank of the final private scores. So it was a really
Yeah.
thrill, what I
Thrilling
can say.
experience. Yeah, I can't even imagine
uh,
just making a model starting with the accuracy, a score of 30%, and then moving higher, but still, the anxiety that comes with the waiting.
yeah,
I can't even
that
imagine
anxiety
that.
is the word better, I can say.
Yeah. Okay, so that was your method to approach this particular year's CODS-COMAD conference. It was actually quite interesting.
Data challenge, yeah.
Yeah, data challenge. Yeah. Obviously, since you did so many work, and I have learned a little bit about it, but it must, just aside the technical aspects, it must come with many more learning. I'm assuming you even traveled and did so many things. So can you tell us
Yeah,
about
so
the other soft skill or the soft side of your learning experience?
exactly. So it was, I would say, like the real journey, that complete journey of being participating in the competition, then winning and all. It was a completely set aside topic. Then
Yeah.
when we won and we were invited to the that complete conference, and then I attended that conference for 4 days. So that
Hmm.
was a really amazing experience. It was my first conference which I attended,
Hmm.
and every keynote talk and every paper presentations and all, they were having a literally mind-blowing concepts which was being mentioned. So every time, like every second, we are learning something new, interacting with more and more intelligent people than us. Like everyone in the room knows more than us.
Yeah.
So it's like learning every moment,
Hmm.
everything. Like it was like very amazing experience in
Yeah.
that 4 days.
Yeah, that is.
Everything was,
Hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, I can get like being surrounded by so many intelligent people, because as you said that it was a conference and many people must came there to publish their papers as
yeah,
well, finding new discoveries, and especially in the deep learning and then NL, natural language processing so, regions must be mind boggling.
yeah, exactly. There were even several topics which we were not able to capture even. Like I was like, oh, what it's going on. But then at
Yeah.
least we know a bit about it. At least we know the name. So now I'm trying to learn about it. There were
Okay.
like everything. There were several new ideas going up, coming
Hmm.
up. Uh, six keynote talks were there mainly. So all those keynote talks are like having a completely different angle on the same topics, and also it was very much interesting kind of approach
Mm.
throughout the day. It was like just filled with learning and fun.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I can actually can imagine that, but that was great. Anything other? These were as I felt that these were more on the again skill side, technical skills. Anything else? I think
Yeah,
because a team spirit. You. I'm very sad to announce to the audience that we also tried to invite Mayank sir, but due to certain reasons, he was not able to join us for this session. So working with Mayank sir must have been an experience. I think at least because
yeah,
as far as I've heard
literally.
that he's your friend as well, right? Aside being the
Yeah, like we
yeah.
have we have even worked on other projects before also. It has
Hmm.
always been an amazing experience working with him.
Yeah.
He's like literally having that like what we can say is like we have to do it. That
Yeah, fire
motivation and
spirit.
kind of urge to do something.
Yeah,
Yeah, fire is spirit, urge to
yeah,
do, like we have to do it.
yeah.
Everything. And then when we both come together, it's like yeah,
Okay,
now we have to do something that's
that's
try to
okay.
make it.
Yeah, yeah, I can get that. That's so great. So the working together is another thing that must came with this
Yeah,
experience.
even apart from this, like as you're
Mm.
talking about the soft skills, so
Mm.
at every time, like the duration of like earlier also I did participated, but it was like yeah, okay, let's give some fixed time for the particular competition kind of thing, focusing on all other activities even. But in this particular competition, it was like first focus shifted towards it as like we were moving closer towards the first position and all, so we just wanted to increase, like at any cost, we can't afford to lose now.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like every moment we
Mm.
were busy with trying, thinking of something new. Like for most of the time, we were in lab only, CMLBD lab. We were working for this. So
Mm.
most of the time we were present there only throughout the day,
Yeah,
working or trying some other technique or whatever I can say. We were thinking of doing one thing or other. Obviously, like teachers from our faculty members from our college helped a lot throughout this journey.
yeah,
Like even the idea of this competition, like Vikas Bajpai sir mailed
yeah.
us
Vikas
about
sir.
this idea. Yeah, so then only we came to know about this. So then I
Yeah,
started finding the team and that complete journey. And the Shakti sir, obviously. So he
NLP.
guided in
We are
every way
doing.
possible.
Yeah, we are doing NLP in
Yeah,
this institute. Obviously, it is some way or another related to Shakti sir.
yeah,
Also, as
obviously.
far as I think, yeah, Vikas sir were the one who sent the email regarding this, right?
Yeah, like he
Yeah, yeah.
mentioned, he kind of we came to know about this conference and all those data challenges with help of him only.
Hmm. Yeah. So, in yeah, faculty here like Vikas sir help you applied through the hackathon. I'm assuming it was
Yeah,
mostly an online process that you did for
yeah,
the
this was
application
completely
side.
online, but that
Yeah.
that guidance, at least like I went to discuss with sir also. Like as soon as sir sent the mails, I was like, yeah, I can try participating in it. I went to sir like, okay, so what I can do and what all the things, any guidance. So sir just mentioned like try and like, you will be able to do something. So all these kind of things. So initially the main issue was obviously the finding the team. In every
Yeah.
competition, this arises as usual. The sir
Hmm.
was like, I also asked her like if anyone else asks you and all. But at the
Hmm.
end, finally we found like a best team, I can say, out
Yeah.
of all.
I
And
Yeah, listening to you inspires me as well because I am also little bit I'm very interested in actually the deep learning and the NLP areas as well. So it inspires me to take participate and I hope it inspires our audience as well, many of the students who are listening to the podcast and any other person. And there's another question that I have. This is a bit of a personal question actually. Uh, so I would leave it to you if you want to answer, but how, like, I have a story, of course you must have a story as well, like how did you came to learn, interested, how did you develop an interest and came in this field of deep learning and natural language processing? Could you tell us about that?
that really interesting one, obviously.
Hmm.
So like what I can say was like this all started during the COVID era only. So we were sitting at
Hmm.
home after our 12th class. So just out of curiosity, and at that time, like not promoting anything kind of, but like at that time, White Hat Junior was like very popular at when I was like after completing my 12th. It was like everyone was like, yeah, वहाँ से coding सीखने का है, and it's completely like that. So
Hmm.
learn coding. So I just
Ah.
thought of trying it, and that course was of data science and all only. So
Hmm.
just, but it was initial like that was kind of I can say the basic is it built the basic platform for me. So like those applying models and how to do it, learning basic Python and all those basic intricacies of deep, like not even deep learning, machine learning and all everything in which what we have to do. So all those things were initially built. And when I came to college, it was literally like everyone was kind of interested in the domain. So I started to even explore more on these topics. So
Okay.
like luckily I got to know about a research project going on the using these same techniques, deep learning and all. Like till that time I was building some small projects out. Let's just going through some videos or something. Like I got to know about the Python using those class already. So
Hmm.
kind of trying to build it. Then I got to know about that research under Abhishek Sharma sir.
Ah.
So a PhD scholar Vaitehi
Hmm.
ma'am was doing it. So I'm just got to connect with her, and it was like from there a completely different journey started, I can say.
Oh.
Because like working on few projects which are like, yeah, we started making something and then it's done. The
Hmm.
data science is like a process which we have to do, like try something, improving every moment.
Continuously,
So that
yeah.
is the thing, yeah,
Yeah. Eh.
continuously a building I did earlier was just collecting few data, the data which was present online, then performing some analysis, creating some model. Now it's kept here,
Hmm.
nothing to do, and
Hmm.
nothing like I've tried to improve it further and all. But this thing I learned, like this I can say, like this was a research project, so obviously we have to improve
We
it
have to
to a
improve it.
very
Obviously,
much higher extent.
there is very already very little on it, and you can't just go with what you have. You have to improve on it. I can see that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there I started with it and it was like bloomed. And then we have our few many courses in our college only on deep
Hmm.
learning and all data
Yeah. Yeah.
science and all.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So all those helped me a lot to get into the deep those architecture techniques, complete mathematical formations also.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
just applying the model will not be helping. Knowing how it
Yes.
works, what's the idea behind it, and how
Yeah.
can we improvise everything of it, every component, every parameter of it to make the
Yeah.
results better. So
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
part, so it was like everything combined together to
Hmm.
provide me at several times those helps
Hmm.
which I need to learn a bit more, and everything it was like very helpful. You mentioned about NLP, and also obviously NLP Shakti sir only taught me
Ah.
and all. So that was a like those that project when I was mainly the part of computer vision thing. But when I came to know about NLP, then deep learning, obviously, so then
Hmm.
transformer models. So then it
Yeah.
again redirected in a different way of
Hmm.
the
Ah.
new LLMs era.
That happens. That yeah. This is the LLM era. Oh, should not say that, but yeah, it is the LLM era.
It
So
is
it
obviously
is.
nothing like
So
we can't avoid.
yeah.
Everywhere it's like
Mm.
the major research focus is now shifting towards the same.
Yeah.
Obviously we will have something new in bit of few, because bit few of days, few of months only, I can say, like something new would be coming that would be even taking over all these concepts. But
Mm.
because this research and the growth is exponential nowadays,
Yeah.
every day if you try to look for something, we have something new, a new
New. Yeah. We
topic,
have
new
something
way
new.
of looking the thing. So
Yeah.
that's the point. The
Yeah. It
growth is
is
exponential and we need to just try to catch as we can.
as much as we
Obviously,
can.
we won't be able to learn everything out of
Mm.
all those things, but
Mm.
at least a bit and exploring as far whatever we can. Try to learn every new possible thing.
Yeah. Like y- your story is much better than mine, but like I can really already see that it can be inspiring to many students that how could they start where, because you have said many things, and even you said many things to not do when it comes to data science projects. Being patient is one of the thing that
Yeah,
I
that's the
that
very
the strong,
important part
the
in
strong, yeah, that was the
like
strong emotion that I
everything.
felt.
Try continuously.
Yeah, yeah, you have to be a
Otherwise, we
patient.
will have,
You
yeah,
have to be consistent, as they say. You have to be vigilant, especially when you're doing data science. Yeah, yeah, it was a great talk to you. It was a pleasure to talk to you, sir. I learned a lot of things, and I hope anyone who is watching this video has learned a lot, many things. With this, I think we have come to the end of the video. So thank you to all the viewers for watching the video, and thank you, sir, for specially joining us on SocioTech podcast. It was an honor to talk to you. Thank you, sir.
obviously, I am so delighted for being invited. Thank you so much.
Okay.